Alright everybody, what's up? Today on Crossfighting Commentary, I'm going to be doing my fight predictions. It's something that I actually want to start doing now around like the Wednesday, Thursdays of the week before going into the fight week, so that way you guys aren't only watching me just talk about fights as they're going on, especially if you don't get the pay-per-views or something and you can't follow along with it anyways. So, that being said, let's get to it. Our first fight of the night for UFC London 2022 is Mokayev and Cody Durden. So Muhammad is actually 6-0 and Cody Durden is 12-3. I will probably give this to Cody despite him not being undefeated like Muhammad, just because of experience. So Cody Durden has got the W for me. Next up we have Corey McKenna and Elise Reed. I'm sure I've seen both of them fight at one point. I just don't recognize them off the top of my head. Corey McKenna is 6-1. Elise Reed is 4-1. So they're actually really close. So I feel like this fight could be just a real coin toss. So if I had an actual coin right now, I'd probably just toss it. Actually, I do have a coin. Let's see what happens. All right, we're gonna have Corey McKenna be heads and Elise Reed be tails. So I guess I'm gonna leave it up to fate to decide who wins this one. All right. Tails. So, Elise Reed. We have Elise Reed for the win off of a coin flip. So, we'll see what happens. Coming up next, we have Jack Shore and Tamir Velif. Jack Shore is 15-0, and Tamir is 18-2 with a 1-0 contest. I'll probably just stick with Jack Shore. I think I recognize him a little bit more too, so I feel like I think this fight will go all 3 rounds. And it'll be really close. So I'm actually really looking forward to this fight. So yeah, Jack Shore. Next up, we have Nikita Krilov versus Paul Craig. Nikita is 27-8, and Paul Craig is 15-4. So there's a big difference here as far as experience goes, I guess. But I gotta say, I think Paul Craig might take it. Nikita does have a lot more experience, but their rankings aren't too far off. So I'm going to go with the underdog on this one. I'm going to go for Paul Craig. Coming up next, we have Shamil. Oh, this will be fun. Abdur Akimov. Abdurakimov. Shamil Abdurakimov. Oh, that's how I'm going to say it. Versus Sergey Pavlovich. I don't know how you want me to say that one either. But either way, they're going to be fighting in the heavyweights. Shamil is, I'm probably even saying that wrong too, and that's exactly how it looks like it's spelled. Either way, Shamil is 20-6, and Sergey is 14-1. Shamil he seems a bit older, and the odds are not in his favor, but you know, because of that last name, man, I'm going to go for him. I'm going to vote Shamil to win this fight. Our featured prelim for the morning, I was about to say night, but for the morning on UFC London 2022 is Mike Grundy versus Mcquan. God, these names. Mcquan Amirkhani. Mcquan Amirkhani. That sounds a little bit better. So Mike Grundy is 12-3, and Mcquan is 16-7. The odds are pretty close. Mike Grundy is a favorite, and I will probably agree with that. So I will be voting for Mike Grundy for this main bout on the prelim card. All right, kicking off the main card is going to be Jai Herbert and Ayla Topera. I think Topera stepped in last minute because Jai Herbert was supposed to fight somebody else, and that fight got canceled, but he's still fighting. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But Jai Herbert is 11-3, and Topera is 11-0. So this is actually a really close fight. Topera is marked as the favorite by a decent amount, and Jai Herbert is not ranked in the top 15, whereas Topera is. So with that being said, I think I'm still going to go for Herbert. I will give him a shot. So Jai Herbert for the win. Next up, we have Molly Mccann versus Luana Carolina. Molly Mccann is 11-4, and Carolina is 8-2. Their odds are actually pretty close. Mccann is the favorite, and just based off of experience, for how little experience both of these have, or both these women have, compared to some of the other fighters, I will give it to Mccann. So we'll see what happens. This actually should be a fun fight. I'm actually predicting that this one's going to be a potential for fight of the night. There's got a lot of really good ones here, but I think this one can do really well. Next up, we have Gunnar Nelson versus Takashi Sato. Gunnar Nelson is 17-5, and Sato is 16-4, and they're close. But Gunnar Nelson has a pretty large lead in the odds as far as being the favorite. But it is St. Patrick's Day today, so I'm gonna go with Gunnar Nelson. But this fight should be a lot of fun. Next up, we have Paddy Pimblett versus Kazula Vargas. Paddy is the favorite, and their records are 17-3 for Paddy, and for Rodrigo Vargas is, well, they have his name different. I wonder if they messed up. Well, they got the last name right, but the first name wrong, or maybe he's got two first names. I don't know. Either way, Vargas is 12-4. Paddy's 17-3. Paddy did a really good job in his first fight back in September in the UFC. He's got a lot of hype behind him. He was almost out of that fight too, and he came back and just knocked the guy out. So I'm for Paddy the Baddy all day long. Going into the co-main event, we have Arnold Allen and Dan Hooker. Arnold Allen is 17-1, and Dan Hooker is 21-11. The odds are actually really close. This is Dan Hooker's first fight at 145, I believe. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I'm kind of worried he might get a little gassed, but it might also be the better move for him at the same time instead of fighting at 55. So I will be going for Dan Hooker just because he's a legend. So I love him. I love watching him fight. He always puts on a good show, win or lose. So Dan Hooker for the win, co-main event. And for the main event for Fight Afternoon, London 2022, we have Alexander Volkov and Tom Aspinall. Alexander Volkov is 34-9, and Tom Aspinall is 11-2. So surprisingly, their odds aren't that far off. They're pretty close. It's the London card, so I'm gonna go for Tom Aspinall. He is ranked a little bit lower, actually quite a bit lower. He's ranked number 11, and Alexander Volkov is ranked number 6. So I do think Volkov will take it, but I want Tom Aspinall to win. So Tom Aspinall is going to be my prediction. We'll go for the, I think he's the favorite, actually. I thought he was the underdog for a second, but I think he's the favorite. So Tom Aspinall, either way. That's who I want to win. All right, so that is it. That is my predictions for UFC London 2022. I'll come back Sunday and do another video and see which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong, and yeah, so we'll see how it goes. This is going to be my first time doing this, so I actually had a lot of fun with it. So hopefully I'll have even more fun Sunday being able to brag about the people that I chose winning. Just kidding. They'll probably lose. Just kidding again, because I want them to win. But yeah, that's it for me. See you guys in the next one.